skills and claim your victory. BullRush is more than a platform. It's your stage to trade, compete, and win like never before. Get ready to unleash your potential. Get ready for BullRush. Visit BullRush.com today. Are you in? Welcome to BullRush, the ultimate arena where trading becomes an exhilarating competition. Whether you're a seasoned trader or just starting your journey, BullRush is your gateway to a high-energy world where skills are tested and winners are crowned. Awaken your inner competitor as you dive into the pulse-pounding action of BullRush. Imagine yourself in the heart of the financial market, where every trade is a thrilling opportunity to outsmart your rivals and climb the leaderboard. This isn't just trading. It's an electrifying game where strategy, knowledge, and precision are your weapons. Join the competition, ignite your trading skills, and claim your victory. BullRush is more than a platform. It's your stage to trade, compete, and win like never before. Get ready to unleash your potential. Get ready for BullRush. Visit BullRush.com today. Are you in? Welcome to BullRush, the ultimate arena where trading becomes an exhilarating competition. Whether you're a seasoned trader or just starting your journey, BullRush is your gateway to a high-energy world where skills are tested and winners are crowned. Awaken your inner competitor as you dive into the pulse-pounding action of BullRush. Imagine yourself in the heart of the financial market, where every trade is a thrilling opportunity to outsmart your rivals and climb the leaderboard. This isn't just trading. It's an electrifying game where strategy, knowledge, and precision are your weapons. Join the competition, ignite your trading skills, and claim your victory. BullRush is more than a platform. It's your stage to trade, compete, and win like never before. Get ready to unleash your potential. Get ready for BullRush. Visit BullRush.com today. Are you in? Welcome to BullRush, the ultimate arena where trading becomes an exhilarating competition. Whether you're a seasoned trader or just starting your journey, BullRush is your gateway to a high-energy world where skills are tested and winners are crowned. Awaken your inner competitor as you dive into the pulse-pounding action of BullRush. Imagine yourself in the heart of the financial market, where every trade is a thrilling opportunity to outsmart your rivals and climb the leaderboard. This isn't just trading. It's an electrifying game where strategy, knowledge, and precision are your weapons. Join the competition, ignite your trading skills, and claim your victory. BullRush is more than a platform. It's your stage to trade, compete, and win like never before. Get ready to unleash your potential. Get ready for BullRush. Visit BullRush.com today. Are you in? Welcome to BullRush, the ultimate arena where trading becomes an exhilarating competition. Whether you're a seasoned trader or just starting your journey, BullRush is your gateway to a high-energy world where skills are tested and winners are crowned. Awaken your inner competitor as you dive into the pulse-pounding action of BullRush. Imagine yourself in the heart of the financial market, where every trade is a thrilling opportunity to outsmart your rivals and climb the leaderboard. This isn't just trading. It's an electrifying game where strategy, knowledge, and precision are your weapons. Join the competition, ignite your trading skills, and claim your victory. BullRush is more than a platform. It's your stage to trade, compete, and win like never before. Get ready to unleash your potential. Get ready for BullRush. Visit BullRush.com today. Are you in? Welcome to BullRush, the ultimate arena where trading becomes an exhilarating competition. Whether you're a seasoned trader or just starting your journey, BullRush is your gateway to a high-energy world where skills are tested and winners are crowned. Awaken your inner competitor as you dive into the pulse-pounding action of BullRush. Imagine yourself in the heart of the financial market, where every trade is a thrilling opportunity to outsmart your rivals and climb the leaderboard. This isn't just trading. It's an electrifying game where strategy, knowledge, and precision are your weapons. Join the competition, ignite your trading skills, and claim your victory. BullRush is more than a platform. It's your stage to trade, compete, and win like never before. Get ready to unleash your potential. Get ready for BullRush. Visit BullRush.com today. Are you in? Welcome to BullRush, the ultimate arena where trading becomes an exhilarating competition. Whether you're a seasoned trader or just starting your journey, BullRush is your gateway to a high-energy world where skills are tested and winners are crowned. Awaken your inner competitor as you dive into the pulse-pounding action of BullRush. Imagine yourself in the heart of the financial market, where every trade is a thrilling opportunity to outsmart your rivals and climb the leaderboard. This isn't just trading. It's an electrifying game where strategy, knowledge, and precision are your weapons. Join the competition, ignite your trading skills, and claim your victory. BullRush is more than a platform. It's your stage to trade, compete, and win like never before. Get ready to unleash your potential. Get ready for BullRush. Visit BullRush.com today. Are you in? Welcome to BullRush, the ultimate arena where trading becomes an exhilarating competition. Whether you're a seasoned trader or just starting your journey, BullRush is your gateway to a high-energy world where skills are tested and winners are crowned. Awaken your inner competitor as you dive into the pulse-pounding action of BullRush. Imagine yourself in the heart of the financial market, where every trade is a thrilling opportunity to outsmart your rivals and climb the leaderboard. This isn't just trading. It's an electrifying game where strategy, knowledge, and precision are your weapons. Join the competition, ignite your trading skills, and claim your victory. BullRush is more than a platform. It's your stage to trade, compete, and win like never before. Get ready to unleash your potential. Get ready for BullRush. Visit BullRush.com today. Are you in? Welcome to BullRush, the ultimate arena where trading becomes an exhilarating competition. Whether you're a seasoned trader or just starting your journey, BullRush is your gateway to a high-energy world where skills are tested and winners are crowned. Awaken your inner competitor as you dive into the pulse-pounding action of BullRush. Imagine yourself in the heart of the financial market, where every trade is a thrilling opportunity to outsmart your rivals and climb the leaderboard. This isn't just trading. It's an electrifying game where strategy, knowledge, and precision are your weapons. Join the competition, ignite your trading skills, and claim your victory. BullRush is more than a platform. It's your stage to trade, compete, and win like never before. Get ready to unleash your potential. Get ready for BullRush. Visit BullRush.com today. Are you in? Welcome to BullRush, the ultimate arena where trading becomes an exhilarating competition. Whether you're a seasoned trader or just starting your journey, BullRush is your gateway to a high-energy world where skills are tested and winners are crowned.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the BullRush Live podcast, and welcome to all 24,668 beautiful traders on BullRush. Today, my name is Davin, and today I'm joined here, like always, with Trent Hare, BullRush CEO. How are you doing today, Trent?
I'm good, and yourself?
Can't complain. It's a beautiful Friday here in Florida. We've had some beautiful weather. It's been nice and cool and breezy. You know, it can't get better.
You know something we should do? It's all of the developers do it in their daily Scrum meetings. They say what they're grateful for. We should start doing that every Friday.
What are you grateful for?
You know what I'm grateful for? These awesome business cards that we just got.
Oh, yeah.
If nobody's seen these or you can't see these, these are the greatest business cards ever. So shout out to our CPO who had the great idea to do these. I'm not sure if you can see the shine on that, but these bad boys are plastic and awesome.
Beautiful, beautiful.
What are you
business cards.
grateful for?
Man, I'm grateful for all 24,668 traders on BullRush making BullRush what it is, because at the end of the day, we can have an amazing product, but if no one's trading on it and we don't have people don't have other traders to compete with, it's not what it is. So
I mean, it's got to be one of, if not the fastest growing trading platforms in the industry.
Yeah,
having almost 25,000 people in just over 2 months join the platform.
Insane. It's insane, and we're just growing faster and faster every single day, and yeah, I'm just thankful for all of those people making BullRush great, because they're the ones who really make BullRush great. So yeah, let's get into it. So today we have some really cool news. We got some new features we're going to discuss, and we have a really special guest that's going to give us some great insights later on in the show if you stick in there. So let's get into it. So we have a really a new feature that we just launched, I think, 2 days ago, and that has to do with trivia, right, Trent? That's the now anytime you get a trivia, one of our daily trivia questions correct. So if you don't know where that is, I'll show you right here. That's this button. I'm not going to do it, but if you click that button to the
do it. Show them how you can't answer those correctly.
Gonna make you put me on the spot. I don't want to give out a free trivia, but look, if you guys answer it correctly, you're gonna.
I bet you can't get this one.
25 promo credit. Did you do it already?
There's no way. I did it this morning. Yeah, this one's
lagging
tough.
indicator spot trends once they have been established, but at the expense of what? Lagging. I was never a good test taker. Yeah.
That was a guess.
Yeah, that was definitely a guess. Look, I was never a good test taker. I did graduate college, but my hardest part was the test. I would just, I get pressured, especially with that little countdown timer. But now anybody who is watching right now, you saw the correct answer. If you get that right answer, you're going to get 25 promo credits. And if you get 20 days in a row right, or 20 days just in general right, you're going to get you could enter into a free competition, because that equals
yeah, exactly. We
credits.
wanted to obviously give people some incentive to go do the daily trivia. We get several hundred people that answer that daily already, but we really want to reward those people that are doing well in the system. One of the biggest things with BullRush is obviously coming in, trading, competing, winning prizes, but more importantly, it's advancing your knowledge and your education in the trading side. And a lot of people are good traders but don't know a lot about trading, and the reverse happens as well. A lot of people know a lot about trading but aren't necessarily good traders.
Yeah.
And so this gives everybody sort of an equal opportunity to do things in the system. On the trivia side of things too, we have finished our testing with the trivia competitions.
Oh, really?
So that
Nice.
will be a feature that rolls out probably in 2 weeks. We'll run our first trivia competition, which will be really exciting. Imagine doing the daily trivia, but it's a bunch of questions right in a row, and you're competing in real time against your fellow BullRush participants for those prizes.
Yeah, and I mean, we've looked through the leaderboard many times, the main BullRush leaderboard, and we can just see how many people answer daily trivia on there. So that's the daily trivia alone is very popular, and I'm just really excited to see how popular these trivia competitions are going to be.
Yeah, and so the daily trivia, again, as you mentioned, the promo credits. So you get 25 promo credits every day that you get it correctly. So 20 in a month, you get free entry into a $5 paid entry competition where you can win larger prizes. We've been up in those prize pools. They range anywhere from $2,000 minimum to $3,000 minimum guaranteed. Obviously, the more participants that register, the higher that prize pool will go. But it's a good shot. If you win first, you get 50% of that prize pool. So you can turn your Forex knowledge or your trading knowledge into real credits and cash, and withdraw that from the system.
Wow. Yeah. No, that's really great. And on the trivia too, on the daily trivia, like you mentioned, just a free $5 or 500 promo credits can give you the opportunity to potentially win up to $3,000. Like, for example, our Thanksgiving trade-off competition here is a 300,000 credit prize pool, and first place gets what, 150,000 credits, so $1,500. I mean, that's can't beat it for just answering daily trivia correctly, and then trading really good afterwards. You still got to be able to trade good.
But that's only until the trading trivia competitions launch. Then you just have to be really knowledgeable about trading, still win prizes.
Yes. But regardless, trivias are going to be a big thing. We also have another really great feature that we launched last week, and we're about to launch a second additional feature for that, right? And that's our challenges.
Yeah, great. So can you flip over to my screen? I can talk through them. So challenges are something that was really, really demanded for BullRush. We were initially going to launch the trivia competitions first, but we put a poll out inside of our Discord, and everybody said launch challenges. But remember, we are not a prop firm, so we don't have the concept of funded accounts.
Hashtag not a prop firm.
I like that. That was a good one. And so we don't have the concept of funded accounts. And so the way it works is you pass the challenge and you instantly get your reward or your prize. You don't have to be nervous that you got to go through a funded stage to hopefully you get paid by a prop firm. Here, it's instant. It comes automatically in your account as soon as you pass that challenge, and you can withdraw it right away. And so on the homepage, what you'll see is, again, you have the whole table here, and you can click on the challenge tab. So by default, you'll see all the competitions, because that's our primary business, is running trading competitions for the community. But if you click on challenges, you'll see all the available challenge types. Currently, we launched the basic, which is very similar to gaming or probably traditional what you've seen with most prop firms so far. We have the 2-to-1, 3-to-1 challenges, and what it means is make 2 times before you lose 1 time. So make 10% before you lose 5%. You pass the challenge, you get your prize. In this one, it's make 15% before you lose 5%, you get your prize. And there's different sizes for all levels. So we have $5, $10, $25, $50, $100 ones available. And what's good about that is it's literally just hit the profit target, don't hit the maximum drawdown, you win. There's no daily drawdowns, no trailing drawdowns, no consistency rules, none of that BS. Again, we're not a prop firm. We just do these pretty straightforward for everybody, hence the term basic. The next one that's getting ready to roll out, which we're really excited for, is what we call the double up. So taking a page from the gaming industry, and similar to like poker or maybe even the options industry, we have the double up challenge, which at the beginning, it's exactly like the basic challenge where you pay, you meet the profit target without hitting the drawdown, you pass. The biggest difference here is once you pass that first time, you have an option to make. You can claim your prize and just take the cash or credits, or you can double up and go for it again, and if you pass 2 challenges in a row, you double your prize, hence the double up. And so for the limited entry fee or small entry fee on the beginning, you can basically go for a twofer and double up on that. So we're really excited about this. This will be rolled out probably as we're on this live stream, if not shortly after. And then that one will be rolling. We'll see how that one goes. And then eventually, here in a couple weeks, we will be launching the profit factor one, which again, we don't do things the same as prop firms. We do them differently. And one of those big things is the way that you pass challenges is very different for us. And so obviously we have the basic and double up because that's what people are used to. But more importantly, we'll be launching ones based on these other metrics such as profit factor, average RR, etc., where you achieve a profit factor, a win percent, and probably an average winning trade P&L, and you pass that challenge and you claim your prize. So really excited about these. So go take them. They're quick. They're quick, dirty, easy. Whatever terminology you want to use.
I've seen really good, feedback from those challenges so far.
We've had a ton of people buy them. I was shocked. I mean,
yeah.
But that's the benefit of being in the Discord too, because you have a say. If you're inside of our Discord channel, you get access to those polls, and you get to voice your opinion on what we should be doing.
And they were the first to know too. So double up's pretty much like blackjack, doubling down,
Yeah, it's similar. So you pay a little bit more than you would on the basic for the option to double up if you want to, but then you have the option to go for that larger prize if you want to.
Nice. Yeah, that's going to be really, really exciting.
But I'm honestly surprised with how popular they were. Again, our core focus is running the trading competitions and trivia competitions. That is what BullRush is all about, is competing against others. But because it was so in demand, we launched these, and it clearly is in demand. There's a lot of people passing these and taking them and passing them. I know you always mention, and it's more of your domain, but make sure you share your certificates when you pass, and tag BullRush across all of our channels, because then we will go and share them on our side as well.
Yeah. So yeah, they're just like the competitions. You get certificates for challenges as well. That's really good.
Vlad, that's on me. Thanks for helping us beta test the Profit Factor challenges. It is sitting back with our team to go and review. You purchased a bunch, and we had like 4 or 5 other people purchase about 20 of them right out of the gate. And we launched it for beta. It got a ton of valuable feedback, and then we're retweaking that a little bit. As you saw, you were able to game the system a little bit too much, and so we needed to pull it back and make sure that's not the case. That we're actually testing to make sure that people are good traders, because that is the point of the challenge. It's to test your skills against the market, not test can you game a system to pass.
Yeah, shout out to Vlad, always helping us out, very active in the BullRush community here. So I do have some news.
Oh yeah,
get into some news.
What is your news? I love the news.
So I got a little bit of news. We can save crypto for later. I know that's not the biggest thing, but China economic activity undershoots this year's 5% growth target. So let me pull my screen up here. China's economic activity remains sluggish, and the undershooting this year's 5% growth target. The economy grew less than expected in quarter 3, actually 0.9% consensus, and the previous quarter rise was revised down to 0.2 points to 0.5%. Year to date, real GDP growth slowed at an annual pace of 4.8% from the 5% in quarter 2. China's slowing down.
Nice. We had a question here before you keep going on that in the YouTube channel. Now it's like hard to keep track of all this, because we have them we live stream on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram.
I got the Twitter pulled up here.
So on YouTube, we got a question though. How does BullRush make money? Because it's kind of new to see a platform where you enter for free and get real cash prizes. Great question. Not all competitions are free to enter. The purpose of BullRush is, and the goal is, our paid entry competitions, whether it's a trading or trivia, entry fees will be there, and we take a percentage. So similar to like online poker, where everybody puts money in, we take a small rake and a percentage of that to provide access to the platform. The rest gets distributed in prizes. And so if you look on the homepage now, you'll see like $5 Profit Quest, the 3K Thanksgiving trade-off, another $5 Profit Quest. So all those are $5 to enter right now. And then we will slowly grow those. I did want to ask that, since Vlad is on here, because I know he likes these bigger ones. Would it be of interest if we launched, let's call it a $500 entry or $250 entry, and we limit it to maybe 25 or 50 people only, and we put it like 2 months out to make sure that there's enough people that enter? Would that be of interest to you, Vlad, or anybody else that's listening?
What would the prize look like for if we limited it to 25 people?
It'd be the percentage of the entry fee. We would just take our percentage to run it, but the rest would get distributed. So, imagine if you have that. The prize pool could be pretty massive. If we let's just say 250, and we limit it to 50 people, you're looking at $12,500 for there to divvy up between the winners. And maybe for 50 people, you just pay out the top 3 or something like that. So it's like $250 to win like $5,000.
Yeah, Vlad said I'd make some $25 to $50 ones first to see if anyone joins. It would be for interest of him.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'd say like let's scale up slowly like that. I think $25 and $50 ones. I mean, I would join a $25 one for sure.
You
I
can't
don't-
join.
I wouldn't. Yeah,
Bull-
yeah. I
BullRush
can't.
employees cannot
If I
join the
could, I would.
competitions.
Also, Vlad, I didn't want to, since someone finally complimented me, thank you for the haircut. I know
I
it looks
complimented
fresh.
you last week.
I know, but someone outside of this office.
You got to go with the high and tight. The military
high and tight.
haircut's the way to go.
Yeah, I don't have a
Or
date.
as
I'm
my wife
actually-
says, the Peaky Blinders haircut.
Yeah, the Peaky Blinders haircut. Yeah, no, I don't have a date. I'm locked down.
I'm curious, Vlad. Did you how did the girl respond?
Oh, yeah, I
I've been
forgot
following it on the Discord. I'm generally curious. We'll come back to that, but I am generally curious how she responded and if you now have a girlfriend.
Did Vlad get a girlfriend? Man, that's the real breaking news here today. What was it? What was the news? Oh, I forgot even to mention. Did you see the SpaceX rocket that they caught? The SpaceX rocket.
No, can you show that?
Yeah.
I did not see that. I saw last week we talked about the. Nice, he aborted. All right, good call. You probably dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
As Rocky used to say, women weaken legs.
They do. Let me.
For all you young kids out there that have not watched the movie Rocky, go watch the movie Rocky. I feel so old now.
I'm gonna pull up a video of this because it really does look really crazy here.
Yeah, let's.
Go through. Jesus, Elon Musk posts a lot.
I can't believe how political he's gotten. Like, I don't
Yeah,
know what the
it's-
benefit of him like doing
it's-
that. Like,
it
obviously,
is-
we all have opinions and like what we would do.
But he's really put all his eggs
everything
into
you
one
post?
basket.
I really want to do.
You know what? Let me just go on SpaceX's site. I don't know why I went to his. Yeah, no, it's it's weird. I think but I guess all billionaires support somebody. It's just going all in like how he is a little.
I just don't get it. Yeah, I mean, I don't see what the benefit of it. Vlad, it's Sylvester Stallone, Rocky. It's the boxing movie.
Here's the video, one of the videos. So it came up. It was going the speed of sound, and then they obviously slowed it down to this speed, and they were able.
And what's the point of this? They can reuse
So these are the
it?
rocket boosters. Yeah. So usually traditionally when we shoot them up, the rocket boosters fall down, and they have to recover them in the ocean, and typically they're broken or they burn. A lot of times they burn up. It all depends on the type of rocket. And this is also, I believe, I believe it's 30 or 40 times stronger than the Saturn V rockets. This rocket.
I don't know what that means. What's the Saturn V?
Saturn
I know
V rockets
nothing
were
about NASA. I live in Florida and know
Sorry,
nothing about NASA.
I love space. So Saturn V rockets are the rockets that we shot the astronauts up in.
Okay.
Pretty much. They're pretty much, yeah. That's the class of rockets. So these are like 30 or 40 times stronger, and yeah, it's the first time that anybody was able to catch a rocket. This is it coming from like very far out. Yeah, it's just crazy. So and you got to think about it. This rocket is the size of like I think it's a 12-story building or something like that.
Oh, that's crazy.
So,
Yeah, it
so
does it definitely does not look that big.
They're catching something the size of like a 12-story building with two tiny metal arms compared to the grand scale of everything, and they're catching it from all the way to I believe it got to wherever they shoot off the boosters from. I don't know I don't want to butcher the exact height, but it's very high up.
Yeah, but
near space.
Vlad, I see your comment here in the chat, but I find it funny. I think we talked about this a little last week, or maybe I talked to my wife about it. I can't keep track in my head anymore. But the Elon Musk, like, his done a complete 180, because 10 years ago it was all of the Democrats and liberals loved him,
Electric cars,
because he was about electric cars.
Boring
and he's
company.
done like a 180 now, and it's like all the conservatives now love him. I'm curious if all the liberals just hate him here in the United States.
Yeah, I mean, from what I can see online, that's how it
Is
seems.
that how it is?
That's
Okay.
what it seems like. It seems like his whole fan base kind of switched around, and I feel like there's also like certain people that really don't care about politics that just just care about the science. Like me too.
Yeah.
Like I just
Raise
think
your hand.
I try to keep all politics. You know, it's really divisive. So I just look at the science and look at the actual accomplishments. You know, technologically and just business wise, how much. I mean, SpaceX, like what their evaluation is. I was listening to a podcast the other day about SpaceX, acquired actually. They were talking about SpaceX, how when they did their episode on SpaceX, I think it was like $30 billion was the valuation or something like that, which now just Starlink alone, which is part of SpaceX, is worth way more than 30 billion. I mean,
the Starlink's sweet. Like that is a game changer.
So Starlink's only been around for 3 years, and they have 3 million subscribers, like reoccurring subscribers.
And they haven't even put it in most regions. I don't think it's down where we're at yet, because they focused on the more rural areas.
No. My dad has it in North Carolina.
Yeah, that makes sense, for sure.
He got one situation started, and I know he sent over a bunch of Starlinks over there, so I think that delayed my dad from getting internet. So he had to hold off on watching the latest episodes on Netflix for a while.
That's hilarious. I know a lot of, they went to like a big focus is like Africa for them. They're going to go into Africa, and a lot of like cruise ships and yachts and things like that. And then even potentially on airplanes. I know that's like the biggest value of it is like you can get to all these remote places without having to run fiber optics cables. Mm-hmm. So who knows? Maybe we will be opening up an office in the middle of nowhere someday. I know everybody knows that's my dream is to live in the middle of nowhere, Montana, Georgia, North Carolina. Unfortunately, you can't find internet there, and there's no schools either. I gotta wait.
Wyoming, Montana, maybe in like the mountains of Colorado somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that would be good too.
Ideally, that's what my parents are doing. That's why they have that cabin in North Carolina. Did you have any more news stories while we're here?
So there's not much right now. It's just being dominated by the election. So I'm really excited to get David Belle on here from Think Money. Dav and I never hold ourselves out to be great traders or knowledgeable about trading or experts. And so the idea is that we are going to start bringing on guests to the show that are experts and that do know the markets really well and do study them. And so the first guest we're going to have is a gentleman by the name of David Fink, who's very knowledgeable. I've known him for a number of years now. He's worked at a lot of large firms, including TradingView in the industry, is where I first met him. When he was working there. And so I'm really excited to have him on. And I think the goal is, if I'm not mistaken, I know you and him mostly worked it out, but he's going to talk about market cycles and where he sort of sees the market heading here into the U.S. election, because it's going to be a pretty big news event.
Yeah, I think that's the plan here. I know we have him scheduled to come on here in just a few minutes here.
This is completely random. Where does who's the one guy? Andrew Tate. Does he live in Romania?
I think he lives in jail now, but
I don't think he's in jail.
No, he was. I don't know. I keep seeing things where he's like in jail and then he's out of jail, but
I think he's Romania.
He is Romania. Yeah, he lives in Romania. He's from Vlad. Do you know him? Hey, look, Vlad. I'm 100. Oh, you do.
Nice, but it is Romania.
Have you seen his Bugatti? I would go to Romania. I'd go anywhere in the world, honestly.
It's funny how he has that accent. He's American, right? Like
he's
originally?
British.
No, I think he's an American.
His dad is American. Yeah, so his dad's American, but he's raised in London, in England.
And you just pick up that accent? I guess that's true.
Yeah. So I was studying his social media strategy, so I went deep one time to see how he blew up. And yeah, he's he's free in Romania. Okay.
I have a brother that lives in London now, so his wife is British. And before his first daughter was born, they moved to the United States because they wanted her to have a U.S. passport. And so they moved back here, and they raised her until she was 5, I think, and before moving back to London. But in the United States, she has a British accent. So she was here all 5 years, and the only person that she interacted with that had a British accent was her mom, but she picked it up from her mom as she was talking, which was, I thought, hilarious.
Yeah, if I'm being honest, when I first moved if anybody that didn't know, I'm not from America. I wasn't born in America. So when I first moved to America, I was 9 years old, and I had a little German accent. I was, "Hello, hi, my name is Davin," and
How's that go?
I was like, "Hello, my name is Davin. I'm from Germany," and I had the really strong German accent. My mom still has a crazy story, mashed potatoes and gravy, and she has a strong accent. But when I moved here, my parents, they only let me speak English for probably the first 3 years I lived here, and same thing with all my brothers. So I learned English very quick, and I guess also being that young, you learn accents a lot faster. So I lost my German accent, and now I sound like a real American.
America. I like it.
USA.
But yeah, no, in terms of the news events right now, it's so in the United States, and right now it's earnings season. So you're just seeing a lot of movement from that. I know Netflix beat their earnings, and so you saw Netflix skyrocket. I think they added last quarter 5 million new subscribers, which is like crazy.
Wow.
5 million new subscribers, which is nuts because they keep raising their prices too. I know we've contemplated quitting Netflix because we rarely watch it these days. Like twice a month I might turn on Netflix. And so it's like, is it worth now $20 a month? Like,
I do that, and then I say the same thing, and I just got rid of my Hulu and my Disney Plus and that stuff.
Were you on Verizon Wireless?
No, I had the whole like triple package, the Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus, but the only thing I ever used was ESPN Plus.
Okay.
So I just canceled the Hulu and Disney Plus and kept ESPN Plus. But I was about to cancel Netflix, and I started watching this show that it's called The Terror. It's about I like history, so it's like a history show. But it's about the boat that got stuck in the Antarctic in like the 1860s or whatever.
Oh, that sounds really good.
Yeah, it's really, really good. They start eating each other. It's cannibalism. It's really crazy.
What? Well, it went from history to like a sci-fi. Is it like a true history?
Oh yeah, it's a true story. It's called
it's like the plane crash that those
Anubis and
those people crashed the plane in the mountains and they started all eating each other.
Lost?
Not Lost.
I'm joking.
I did watch Lost back in the day.
No, but no, it's a good show. History. It's a real true story. It was this. I don't know his real name, but a sailor from England pretty much was trying to find a faster passage to India from England, and they ran into, I believe it was Antarctica or I guess Canada. It was either Canada or Antarctica, but back then it was just no man's land. And they get chased by polar bears, and the food they're eating is out of tin cans, so they get tin poisoning, and they're all going crazy. It's a very good show if you like history. The Terror. Sorry.
No, I like that. Nice, good stuff. I will definitely check that out.
Yeah, I think. Well, David's here, so I think we can.
Oh, nice. Let me put on my headphones here.
Yeah, let's put on our headphones. I think we can get this started. What's up, David? Can you hear us? Oh, he may have paused there.
David, you there?
Well, he was just there. Looks like he may have paused. So we'll go back.
Here, I'll send him a message.
Yeah, shoot him a quick message. I don't know. I can figure it out here. We'll get him on just shortly here. Okay. Yep, I see him now. All right. Can you hear us, David?
You need the little technical difficulty thing. We're experiencing technical difficulties.
I just saw him move. He should be able to see us and hear us. What's up, David? Can you hear us? Can you hear us, David? Yep, we can hear you now. Sorry about that quick little technical difficulty. How are you doing today, David? Good.
Yeah, thanks for coming on board.
Cool. Yep.
I'm going to start this way. This is more relaxed. Sorry, everybody. There's a TV over on this side so I can see. Otherwise, I can't see what's going on. So I'm going to turn this way.
So yeah, welcome to the BullRush Live, David. We're really happy to have you on today. Can you maybe tell us a little bit about your how you got started in trading and in this space, and maybe a little bit about your background, just to catch anybody up who hasn't met you yet.
Times on different podcasts, and when you're researching like interest rates and the economy and stuff like that on YouTube, obviously it declares your interest to advertisers, and you get hit with broker adverts. So I think I started with CMC first, and I recall my first week when I looked at FX, because I'd asked them, why isn't the market moving? And it was a Saturday, but I didn't realize that it was 24/5 and not to that when I'd first joined. But yeah, guys, thanks for having me on.
Nice. I'm curious, how long did it take you to become a profitable trader when you started?
Oh, years. You go through periods where you think you're profitable, but then the actual extraction over a longer period of time is just insane. And I think there was a big shift from maybe 2017 right up to 2020, where before then FX was really, really good to trade. After then, I think 2018 it might have had a little bit of an uptick in success, but the fact is that market in FX was just not volatile enough for such a long time. And as interest rates hit zero, and especially over the pandemic and things like that, it just became a nonsense asset class to trade. So over the last couple of years, I've really realigned myself to stocks because it makes sense to. Everyone's selling volatility, which leads to an upward drift in the S&P. Of course, US growth helps heavily as well. So really, I'm equities focused, and probably, that initial shift was maybe 3-4 years to saying, okay, I know I can extract X out of the market over certain periods. I know when I'm going to have a bad period, know when I'm going to have a good period. So, push on the pedal basically during those good periods, take it off during the bad periods. But to recognize that, it really takes a relatively long time. It was probably 3, 4, maybe even 5 years till I was like, I know what I'm doing basically.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like one of the biggest takeaways I just took from there is knowing how to pivot. I know that's basically what ruined my trading career. Was I could tell I traded oil and gold primarily, and silver, those three products. And as soon as MF Global went out of business, I just saw all the volatility and liquidity drop, and the market just started like skipping around. It wouldn't actually trade because there was no real person in there. It was just getting spread in all the algos, and I could not pivot. I literally was trying to pivot and trying to find other products. I'm like, yeah, this isn't for me. I'm going to go switch sides of the industry. But it sounds like for you did a really good job pivoting, which seems important when you're trading, to be able to jump around and, understand where there's opportunity or where there's not opportunity, and shut it down if there's not opportunity.
Yeah, I think as well, it's an interesting shift going from a property outside of the US. There's traditionally been a lot of leverage involved in the product. When it was, I'm sure you can remember it, the 500 to 1 days with European brokers, to an asset class which, in equities, you obviously can get leverage, and that leverage tends to come via options, right? But really, if you're buying cash equities, there's no leverage. So I feel like the leverage trading game, futures trading game, anything based on margin is very much a younger man's game anyway, which suits me now that I've got a 4-year-old, and I've got a lot more bills and responsibilities to look after. So I can't be one day up here really, really sky high, and then the next day I'm like, fuck, what's going on?
Right.
Which I think happens a lot with leverage, unfortunately. And I think it's definitely the undoing of many traders. I think being unleveraged is nice and boring. But a lot of people still want, because they don't have massive account sizes to make up a meaningful return. They forget about the compounding part of things, and equities can really compound, especially if you just pro US and just go with the flow. Like, it really, really does work.
Speaking of equities, I know we're in earnings seasons right now. Are there any particular earnings that you're excited about or looking forward to?
I think all of the banks, JP just released their earnings, and I think they made 12 billion in the last quarter. Insane profit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Revenue profit. BNY, I think, just reported, or they're set to report. I think all of the banks is just crazy, because what it's really identifying with the banks, it's identifying more of a broader macro theme here, specifically to do with the United States and the extent of growth since the pandemic, which then gives you a really clear mind as to where to put your money. Because really what the way in which banks make money is net interest margin, right? Interest rates are sky high at 5%, compared to the last 15 years. And most people were betting on this actually creating a kind of growth constrained environment. The fact that it didn't constrain growth at all and hasn't constrained growth, take the last NFP print, for example, it beat expectations. This just tells me that there is no other alternative as to keep your money in US equities. The large cap US equities, I don't think you can go wrong. And so this is why I'm really focused on the banks, because it's just showing that macro picture of the US. And we've already had a soft landing. People keep debating, are we going to have a soft or hard landing? We've had a soft landing already. Inflation's back down, growth is perfect. Like, stop debating that. We're in a perfect situation. We're probably going to hit 6K on the S&P 500 by maybe mid-November, I'd say, if we're going at the pace we're going. We've already had a soft landing. So the banks, for me, are a fantastic identifier of economic activity, and the fact that they're reporting earnings so strongly is really, really key.
Do you think that the U.S. elections could disrupt that or help move that in to fruition? How do you sort of see the U.S. elections playing into the U.S. stock market?
Yeah, well, I think, if we go back to the start of August, where we saw volatility get bid, I think we could see a situation like that. But the thing is that people came in right away and sold that volatility. Like, it didn't stick around. It traded up to 62 on the VIX, and was there just for a day. Usually, if you were worried about something, it would have stayed there for a couple of days, and you would have seen the market drift a little bit lower. But it didn't. The bid was just insane. So I think it traded down and then just got bid up right away. Vol sold off. I think that same situation could occur with the election. But the thing is that we're still in a good growth environment. I know people hate Joe Biden. I don't think he's a very good president. But if you're an equities trader or a trader in general, you should be thanking Joe Biden for the last 4 years, independent of his politics or whatever, because he's just let 500 keep going up. People hate that on some sides, but it's a full print money. Fantastic. You don't really have to care, but you can wind people up and say, well, why do you hate Joe Biden? Have you not just been along the S&P 500 for so long? So look, I don't think the presidential election is going to really affect US growth at all. It's not going to affect corporate earnings. It's all a bit of a show, and I think it's a bit of a football. Whenever you see the US election compared to the UK election, it's literally like a Hollywood movie in comparison. So I think it's just a little bit of a GDP boost, quite frankly. It might just give like, I don't know, 5 basis points on the GDP number, because of all of the performance related to it.
There's billions of dollars here in the United States that are thrown into elections. And so, from that perspective, like it definitely boosts the economy anytime there's the presidential election. Because you have
great time.
You literally have everything. You have everybody printing the stickers. You have all the ad revenue that's driving it. You have all the lobbyists that are going and spending money. You have everybody, or a lot of people heavily invested, especially corporate America, because it can directly impact what they do over the next 4 years, whether they're hiring or spending money, or even pulling back a little bit.
And from what we can see with the,
imagine if Kamala does get in and now she walks back her capital gains tax, the 1 on 100 million plus of earnings, or whatever the tax was, wealth tax. Imagine if that gets walked back, the market's going to fly. And that's what I think is going to happen. They float these balloons, they walk them back, and it just actually, it kind of anchors people to a certain way of thinking. And then when they don't do that, they're like, oh, okay, now things are better. So that's the way that I'm seeing it. It could be a really, really sort of contrarian view on if you are an equities trader and you're battling with, or a trader in general, if you're battling with maybe Kamala getting into power, if she does remove that, it could be in your favor. It's like hedging yourself when you're betting on your football team, or when you support a football team, you bet on the other team just to make sure that you're happy if one loses and the other wins.
Yeah,
that's good advice. Yeah. Speaking of hedging, do you use any hedging strategies and options when you're trading?
No, unless you're trading a £500 million or dollar portfolio, and it's really large, and if you're actually going to sell some, then it's going to cause a footprint and all of this, or it's more cost effective to buy puts rather than sell your. There's no point as a retail trader really hedging. I think hedges are for gardens, is what I say, and I think people start to overcomplicate things and really drive their costs up if they start hedging and doing all these complex strategies. So I don't really do it. At the end of the day, I think a lot of option structures are actually just a broker's dream, because if you're trading a box spread, that's 8 legs in and out, right? That is, you're paying 8 times of commission to a broker. Not that anyone's going to trade box spreads, but it's just an example, So I think there's a lot of encouragement for people to trade different option structures and hedge and stuff like that. But really, for a retail trader, you don't really need to. If you're taking outright positions, then sure, options are a fantastic play to do that. But to hedge, just sell it.
That's interesting, because I know in the FX world, in the United States, you can't hedge FX contracts, but internationally you can. And I know it's a really popular strategy. For those that don't know, I've worked at FX brokerage firms in Australia for a number of years before doing this. And it was, I would say, at least half the traders deployed some sort of hedging strategy.
I don't know why, though.
As a broker, like you said, we loved it because we just kept collecting the spread on both sides.
Yeah,
it's great.
And with how we did it too, you still got charged swaps both sides, and so it benefited us for sure.
Yeah, don't know why they do it ever,
but it's really popular.
It's the mindset. Yeah, it's the mindset of retail, and I think there's a lot of advice that feeds down from institutions and hedge funds and buy side into the kind of retail psyche, which applies in some contexts, but then doesn't apply a lot in other contexts. Things like, for example, edge. Okay, I think edge is really, really spoken about. Edge, and to some extent alpha, because I think that these days, there's a desire to seek edge from institutions in very, very small time frames. They're employing quants that are trying to, reduce latency by, 1/10,000th of a second, and they're paying them 500 grand for that. That is a specific edge, but I feel like edge is very much overstated in the retail world because you're trading less capital. there's a much wider berth that you can give yourself when you're trading less capital. You're not also forced to do a lot of the stuff that institutions have to do, such as watch their footprint, ensure that their trading costs are really, really tight, because it eats into such a large percentage of their capital, perhaps. And so I think in some contexts, retail trading, if you know what you're doing and what to look for, is actually, in some ways, as long as your account size isn't too small, easier than trading certain strategies at a larger institution. So I think in some extents, the retail mind sort of overcomplicates things for no reason. And yeah, in some ways things can be harder, especially if you've got to juggle a job and trading 100%. But, generally, I think there's some advice that is brought down that is just a little bit wrong and used in the wrong context for the wrong counterparty / agent / whatever you want to call participant in the market.
What, for retail traders out there, what do you think is one of the bigger mistakes that most retail traders do?
I'm probably going to get a lot of stick for this, but focusing on price action and not enough on thinking sort of statistically about what the market's doing at what points. And what I mean by that is, if you're looking at a ranging market, you're really looking at a bit of a sort of normal distribution, right? If you were to put a bell curve up against the side. So maybe rather than look for that breakout all the time where you're focused on price action, just do the normal thing and look at where the market's probably going to return to an average. There's not enough probabilistic thinking, I think. And that is one thing that comes in. And the use of statistics incorrectly. I see people backtest and stuff and say, my stats say this, that, and the other. Right, but that's not really what you need to be doing. You need to be running sort of Monte Carlo simulations. You have to be doing thinking about things in a completely different way if you want to use stats in that way. I think a lot of people get really bogged down in the backtest and forget actually what a backtest is meant to do and represent. It's meant to represent the initial very basis of whether you should even go for a forward test on that strategy. So better statistical thinking, I think, in context of what the market is doing, and more forward testing is really what retail traders need to do.
Okay, interesting. And I heard you mention price action. I know there's a really popular guy out there that does the ICT stuff, and we have a ton of traders in our Discord that always talk about ICT. I would take it you're not necessarily a fan of that strategy more?
So Michael has been around for, I think since the first time that I spoke with you, which was in 2015.
Man, we're old.
And sorry?
I said, we're getting old.
And I think, if something works, fine. But the problem with ICT that I always have is that he has lots of conspiratorial views, such as he thinks that there's, or at least he tells people that there's an algorithm that the central bank has made that delivers the price, that creates the price all day, and that you just need to know what this algorithm's doing because it's set by the central bank. Now, you and I know that's complete nonsense.
Right.
But to the newbie, they don't understand that, the FX market, for example, is all OTC, that it's all quote driven effectively, and that it's just dealers that are basically providing two-sided quotes all day. You either take the quote or you don't, and that's what gets fed through to liquidity provider, to broker, and that's how you receive your price in MT4, MT5, whatever platform you're using. And it's these kooky conspiratorial sort of views that I don't like, because it feeds into things like, oh yeah, market makers are controlling the market, they're ruining your life. When really, I know a bunch of market makers, they're just normal people from, like, in the UK, Essex, who barely have a qualification and who are just quoting all day. They're fantastic at what they do. They're great traders, but they're not like this shady cabal of people who are looking to hunt your stops. Like, it just doesn't work like that.
Especially on the demo account.
just in a crap trade.
I saw him one time
Well,
post
yeah,
on that.
exactly.
Like he's like, they're hunting my stops, and somebody pointed out, but you're on a prop demo account. Like they're not looking for your stops there, buddy.
But this is, this is it. It's like it kind of removes accountability. It's like any kind of religious or, I guess cult like belief. I'm not saying religion's a cult or anything like that, but there's an essence of removal of accountability on stuff that you're not really sure on, because it makes you feel a bit better when you can't really risk in your own money, right? So I think it's more a case of try and get accountable a little bit more, rather than believing in kooky beliefs, and just look at the data, look at the stats, find out how things actually work, delve a little bit deeper into who the participants are in the market, and understand your counterparty, basically.
I'm curious, do you think it's beneficial for people, new traders, to start like a demo trading account to go and do your back testing or your forward testing before you dive in and do a funded account? Or self-funded? I'm not sorry. I know funded account is sort of a bastardized term now because people relate it to prop. Before anybody puts any money into an account.
Yeah. So I think it's good to learn the platform. Use demo just to understand the platform, but it's a tricky one, because the second that you start encountering slippage and stuff like that, things change. You and I both know the amount of people who say, I entered at this price, but I actually got it 3-4 pips higher, or ticks higher, or what's going on. And because they're trading on such small time frames and day trading, it's taken if you've got an entry that your strategy is tested on, where your average entry, and this is on demo, your entry, because you get executed instantly on demo, there's no slippage issues. If you've got a strategy whereby your average exit or your average profit take is 15 ticks away, but that's on demo, what's going to happen is the second you go live and you start getting slippage issues where your average entry is then maybe 2-3 ticks away from your demo tested entry, you're then losing maybe 10 to 15% of what your expected value is. That can be enough to actually ruin your strategy. And so this is why I'm saying, fine, look at something if it's over a long term where 2 ticks doesn't really matter if you lose that. So if you're swing trading, position trading, you're not going to care. If you're day trading, then that really, really matters, because that's really eating into your expectancy, basically. So I think the one thing that I would suggest is, when you're testing a strategy, actually test it on these funded accounts, the actual prop accounts, because I think that's the ultimate use for it. Because number one, you've actually got risk on the table where you're doing things properly. You don't want to blow up the account, but you also don't care because it's fixed. You might buy an account for $200-$300. So there's still some form of psychological risk, but you're not taking dynamic risk whereby you can actually get a margin call and you can lose all your money, basically.
Yeah, I mean, that was the whole reason why we put part of the reason why we put the challenges inside of BullRush, where we don't do funded accounts. We're not that style, but you can go and spend $5 on a challenge just so you have some money at risk, and you can go test strategies and just see, are you a good trader relatively low? And we've had a lot of people do that. They come in, they'll buy one of these challenges, they'll pass, okay, I'm good. Then they'll go to either a self-funded account or they'll go to a prop firm and then really go and scale up from there, because we don't do large sizes like what those firms do. I know some prop firms, it's like $5,000, $10,000 to go purchase one these days. We don't have that concept. That's ours are like $5, $10 just to go for, like what you said, put a little money on the line and really go test it.
Yeah, great place.
Yeah, I think the regulation is going to clamp down on them soon.
You think so?
I really think it's going to clamp down this
on the prop side.
Well, the reason why is because really to do with the reporting, because all of them have a broker, but are the trades being reported? And if they're not, then that's breaking regulations somewhere. And that's the issue that I think, because the risk has to lie somewhere. It can't not, effectively, and the risk at the end of the day is probably lying to some extent with the broker and also the prop firm as well, because they're a lot of the time just a bit of a
Well, I know most don't
payout.
even run a brokerage firm anymore. Like now that
Yeah.
that MT4 and MT5 sort of went away from the space, I know most of them are just the prop firms just go, okay, I'm going to go to MathTrader or one of these other platform providers, and it's just them, and then everything's on a virtual or demo account, and so nothing's actually hitting a real market.
And then that raises the question: are you just running a B book?
Well, they are 100%.
Exactly. So then it's like, all right. So then there's the regulatory part, even, which then basically says, okay, well, you're a broker dealer because you're taking on the risk. So it's very interesting how the model could shift. But I think it's a really interesting part of the industry. I've personally never traded on a funded account like that. But I know plenty of people that have, and some of them do it really, really well. You know, they can do really well out of it. I think they know the game as well. There's a certain game to play. I don't think it's true trading. I think they understand exactly what they're playing, which actually is more of a volatility game, I think. And so it's interesting. I've got a bit of a strategy that I think can win against funded firms, but it's really deriving stuff from options and making sure that you're well within the risk limits, just so you can keep it ticking.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Davin, I apologize. I'm commandeering all of this. What questions do you have?
No, I mean, I do see a question here on Twitch, actually, our first question on Twitch, and it's for you, David. What's the biggest trading risk that you've taken, I guess, in your past that turned out to be profitable? So if there's one, maybe trade that stands out, or maybe one event.
Probably, it was probably this year, to be honest, on crypto. Like, I threw a hell of a lot into this coin that was based off of a footballer leading into the Euro championships, and it ran up a hell of a lot. Like, it ran up to like 100, 150, 160 grand off of a couple of grand, which was probably it wasn't risk in the sense that, oh shit, I had a load of money on it. It was more a risk of, well, there's literally nothing backing this, apart from a cartoon of a footballer. And so that was probably the risk, like
one of the meme coins, as they say.
Yeah. I'm in some absolute crap. It's brilliant.
Oh yeah, I've gotten my hands dirty with some of those as well. I won't. Yeah, we're not gonna name any here to get anybody into holes.
Yeah, no, they're good fun though.
Yeah, oh yeah, those are a lot of fun. That's I look at that as like going to the casino. Well, every time I put some money into one of those.
That's exactly what it is, and that's what people should treat it as. You know, I think a lot of people treat it as something that's way, way more serious than that. When actually, I don't think I've ever made 10x quicker on anything else than putting like $200 into, or like a soul and a half or something. Into it, just, it will come off where it's not, and if you lose, it's not that bad, but you got the upside of making a ton. It is a casino at the end of the day.
Yeah, I agree. I've never made 10x faster than on some meme coins that I've invested to, but I also haven't lost 100% of my wallet faster than some of these meme coins that I've invested in. So it's
very true. I wouldn't even say invest.
Invest that I've put my money into.
Yeah, it's a very, very prudent investment. We've gone through lots of rounds of investment committees to dive into PP coin.
Yeah. Andrew Tate coin, since we were talking about him. Yeah. Funny.
I think there's another one on YouTube here.
He says, we see, where does David see Bitcoin heading? So what do you see for the future of Bitcoin?
Shall I screen share?
Yeah, I can pull up your screen here.
Let me... Do I have to hit screen share just here?
Yep. Just share your screen and then it will pop up. Yep.
So, Mr. Bitcoin, I've said that we really have to start motoring with rate cuts. So, my view is that we stay within this sort of range until the end of the year. This is lovely here, though. This is really, really nice. That whole little dip here. That'd be something that you'd want to see. for a break above here. But what I still think happens is that November comes and we only get 25 basis points, which is fine, but we've got to look towards Q1 for the real breakout.
Oh,
Oop, I think we might have lost him there.
Am I still here?
Oh,
yep,
you're back
I
now.
don't know what.
Sorry.
Let me share your screen here. For some reason, you popped up. Yep, we're all back.
All back?
Yep, all back.
So where did I finish?
You ended at the where you're just starting to talk about the break point.
Oh, okay, yeah. So the break point will literally be for me. We're getting into rate cuts, but then we're not seeing any real issues with employment. We're not seeing any issues with US growth. One risk is that we did see inflation expectations tick up to 3%. It was expected at 2.9%. Very, very minor. So it could be a rounding error. But the only risk to there is that inflation sort of ruins the party a little bit. I don't think it does, though, personally. If we were to remove, I always forget how to hide on TradingView. So this. So I like to do this sometimes with moving averages and just the price and look at where the moving average is. If we just focus on the longer term ones, so we've got the 100, the 50, and the 200. We can shove in the 20 there as well. This is sometimes how I like to just put the charts down, because then I'm just ignoring complete noise. And then we've got the 200 week here, which obviously no one wants it to dip down here. But if it did, it wouldn't be the worst thing, because then you're not going to see it again for a relatively long time. But you can see where the trajectory is, you know. You can see that I think once we've broken through this bit, we just put that back for a sec. Once we've broken through here, I think 100K is in sight for, in my view, Q1 of next year, the end of Q1. Maybe we'll see it in late Feb, March. But until then, I think we just stick here. We probably peak above here, might even get up to 80, but then we tick back here. But Q1, I think, yeah, we'll be at 100K next year.
Nice. Can we just go back? You mentioned the dip down there and the back up, and that was an interesting part for you. Why specifically is that so interesting?
So I tend to think of things as, okay, I'll show you exactly why. So I tend to think of things from a perspective that I think I mentioned it, the bell curve. So if we go here and I go price there, we've effectively traded down to here and the market hated being back down there. Okay. And so for me, it's also hated being down here. But what it's looking at is, here's the point of control. Here's where most of the activity is happening. It looks like all of the activity wants to be in this upper half. It doesn't like being down here. And it tried it again. It hated it, sprung up. So for me, what it's indicating is higher prices, which makes sense because rates are being cut, right? Bitcoin's very, very negatively correlated to interest rates. Higher the rate, lower it goes, with caveats, of course. You know, we're seeing massive corporate growth, massive corporate earnings. Usually when rates go up, things are constrained. We haven't seen that happen. So Bitcoin has had this rally through early part of 2024, ETF, blah, blah, blah. But this is sort of something that's a bit of a spring to me. You could almost think of it as an inverse head and shoulders, but not really. There wasn't much volume that wanted to really do anything here. Buyers just stepped in and it just sprang back up. So this is why I always think, looking at things from a statistical bell curve, where does price actually want to be kind of perspective, is kind of a good mental model. You don't need to have that there, but you just need to think of it in those terms. Price hated being here, so why would it want to be back down there anytime soon?
Okay, that makes sense.
Nice. Yeah, to the moon.
You like that?
Also, whenever you see, or whenever I see moving averages converge like this, it tends to mean that, you know, if you even think of the VIX, for example, if we go and have a little view of the VIX, you see that whenever the VIX comes and gets naturally very, very tight, there's going to be an explosion in volatility. You know, those shorts get massively unwound, is kind of the same concept when you're looking at the moving averages come together, is that something has to cause price to move either way. Now, in an asset like Bitcoin, where predominantly it's well supported because people are buying a lot of the time, there's a fixed supply as well, there's always going to be a bit of an upward drift. So really the edge in Bitcoin is to be long, unleveraged. There's more edge in being tactically short at certain times, but the edge in Bitcoin is always just to be long unleveraged, in my view. And I think that's why there's some correlation with the S&P 500 in that Bitcoin has greater returns on a risk-adjusted basis than the S&P 500 over the last 10 or so years, but they still have the same sort of attributes.
Outside of just punting on a football or meme coin, do you trade any other cryptos outside of Bitcoin?
Well, yeah, just the meme coins really. I don't really look at anything else.
No Solana.
The meme coins are it's so cheap to trade a Solana coin, which has its ups and has its insane, which is a good and a bad thing. Back in August, it was awful for Solana pump funds. Like, it was just insane. But really, Ethereum, no. I thought Ethereum would perform a little bit better. It's not too sure why. But I think, look, whenever you're thinking of something sort of thematically like this, there's more of a story and narrative, almost like a romance with Bitcoin. Satoshi still isn't found. They don't know who he is. That goes a long way to having a bit of a legacy behind something. Obviously, it was the first crypto as well. That's why I think Bitcoin will always continue to outperform, purely because it's got that natural. It's got a story. We're human. We love stories. We understand the world through stories, and the same comes to assets. There's only so much of a story that you can tell with technical analysis, for example, which is why I've got sort of quant models. I've got filters that are based on loads and loads of different technical and quant aspects, but no one gives a shit because no one cares about that. They care about the story behind a stock or an asset really deep down.
Speaking of the story,
that's again is absolutely why Bitcoin is.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, speaking of the story, I know Davin mentioned it last week, but didn't they release some Netflix documentary?
Yeah, it was the HBO. It was an HBO documentary. Did you happen to see that? Or I honestly haven't watched the whole thing yet. I fall asleep. I have a problem falling asleep at night as soon as I start watching something. But yeah, they allegedly, the documentary released who Satoshi was, and it was one of the early developers. I can't remember his name. I'm gonna look it up right now. I believe it was.
I said it wasn't him though. Straight after.
Yeah, he said it, right? He said it wasn't him. But I mean, if someone exposed me as Satoshi, I would say that's not me too, because doesn't he hold like a couple $1 billion worth of Bitcoin? So you wouldn't want the world to know that you hold billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin, and two, that you are the creator of Bitcoin.
Yeah, no, I guess so. I think that for someone so smart,
Peter Todd
I reckon
was
he
his
would have put
name.
way more. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I always thought it was that Hal Finney guy, but lots of people have told me I'm wrong and abused me for thinking it was him. So I've stopped thinking it was him.
I feel like that's what the crypto community does. Like, if you don't go with their belief set, you just get thrown under the bus real quick.
I think I think it's a conglomerate of
last
people.
year,
I don't think it's one person.
Yeah. Well, did you hear about that? The recent story of was it Michael Anderson? Isn't it right? Basically, he sent $50,000 Anderson to say that he wanted to launch a coin. Mm-hmm. Anderson sent $50,000 to this wallet. This AI spoke to another AI to launch a coin, and the coin ran up to $150 million in market cap.
Oh my gosh.
So talking about conglomerates, maybe it was, an AI that started it. I don't know. Maybe it's all the FBI and CIA. Who knows?
That's
But
crazy.
I just thought that was
one of the older models of ChatGPT that turned on ChatGPT 1.0, and then 1.0 and 2.0 were talking to each other and learning, and I guess they were evolving themselves and becoming smarter, and I think like either 1.0 or 2.0 became like as good or comparable to like the new 4.0 now. their own will. It's crazy. So I wouldn't be surprised if they.
I kind of like it. Like it kind of. I can't wait for the day where I can just feel unburdened because AI is just going to eventually take away everything from me, and then I just don't have to worry anymore.
Yeah, we'll just be AI. We'll just be AI engineers. Everybody's going to become an AI engineer. We'll all have to just learn how to talk to AI to get it to do what we want.
Yeah.
I just looked it up too. 66 billion is what Satoshi currently allegedly holds in Bitcoin. So yeah, if I was Satoshi, if I was that Peter guy, I definitely would not say that's me. Would not agree.
Yeah, no, I think you're right there.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's been a really great conversation. We're coming up here on our time here. We went a little bit over time too, but I know I had fun. I learned a lot from you guys, and I hope everybody listening did as well. Is there anything else that you wanted to say before we go here, David?
Just that probably the best advice that you can take away is to be long the S&P 500 in a tax-efficient wrapper in perpetuity. Don't worry about any stocks below $10 billion and just never be short, basically.
Never be short.
And if people wanted to follow you online, what are your social media handles?
I'll make sure I add them in the description.
ThinkMoney_. Yeah, ThinkMoney_, and then think.money is our website. So you can sign up for the weekly free newsletter. Comes out every Friday.
Nice.
Great. Well, it was really great talking to you, and I hope you have a great day. And have a great day. Thank you so much, David.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, David.
Bye-bye. Well, that was a great conversation. I really learned a lot. I learned a lot from you and David as well. And yeah, we are a little bit over our time here, but time flies when you're having fun, right, Trent?
No, yeah, I like it. I hope we can do more of those. I know David was the first one that we brought on, but as we mentioned, you and I don't hold ourselves out as experts in the market. We don't trade every single day. We're focused on growing BullRush, and so it's really good to have experts come in and really provide that expert opinion and analysis, just to give BullRush participants.
And I do have a couple more up my sleeve, even though I don't have any sleeves on. But I do have a couple more interviews up my sleeve here that we have ready to go. So make sure you always tune in every week, Fridays at 8:30 a.m. So you never miss one of these lives. You never know who we're gonna have. You never know what we may do or what we may get into during the live stream. Did you have anything else for today's live?
Yeah, I mean, from my perspective, I think we're good. I'm looking forward to next Friday.
I'm looking forward to next Friday. Don't forget to enter into those brand new challenges, double up your money, triple up your money. It's actually a little bit more than a double up and triple up when you look at the actual challenge. So make sure you go join those. Join our upcoming day traders next week, Profit Quest, Cryptomaniac, Thanksgiving Trade-Off. Make sure you follow us on all social medias, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, BullRush Comp, BullRush_Comp, BullRush Competition. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell on YouTube, so that way you're notified and you never miss any of our amazing, beautiful, wonderful videos that we put out. I hope you have a great day.
Nice.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.
All right. See you, everybody.
Oh